Alright, before I get to our picks, I'm just going to give a little shout out to my great Uncle Dave.
We're going to dedicate this week's picks to Dave because Jake figured he'd enjoy this. And here we go.
Alright, so I'm coming into this week. Steve is 48-32-1. I'm 47-33-1.
I'm just crushing him.
One game, so what?
Oh yeah, one game. Don't you feel crushed?
That one card is from the tie last week between Cincinnati and
Yeah, well, I thought the
Carolina.
one game difference was the week that you picked the Vikings because
no.
Bridgewater wasn't playing. Otherwise, we'd be tied, right?
Yeah, if I would have.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't go there! You ain't gonna go there. Oh, come on! All right.
So we're gonna start with the Thursday night game. We got the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots.
I think we're both gonna take the Patriots in that one. That's a pretty simple one.
All right, so now we got the Vikings taking on the Bills. I've got the Vikings. The Bills are just not a really good football team.
Well, you know, the Bills beat the Lions, and we lost to the Lions. So I don't know. It's going to be touchy. It's in the Bills in Buffalo, but you know, I think the Vikings are going to rebound. I think Zimmer's kicked the shame out of them, or whatever he kicked out of them. So hopefully they're going to do better this week. We'll take the Vikings.
All right, so now we got the Dolphins taking on the Bears. The Dolphins coming off a loss against Green Bay in the final seconds. The Bears are coming off a win against the Falcons, and I'm going to take the Bears.
Well, this game is for Bill Betlin, even though we're picking for Dave. Oh, wait, I'm not picking the Bears. Bill's going to be mad, isn't he? I'm taking the Dolphins.
Okay.
I think there's going to be a little bit of an upset there.
Yeah. All right, so now we got the Bengals taking on the Colts. I got the Colts.
You went against my Bengals? Well, so did I. I'm picking the Colts. You know, the Bengals are beat up. A.J. Green's out, so I don't know they're going to be as tough. And I think the Colts will take them at home.
All right, so now we got the Browns taking on the Jaguars. I took the Jaguars last week.
Wow.
I got that game wrong. The Titans just barely pulled it out, 16-14. This week I'm taking the Browns.
So this week you're making a better pick.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take the Browns as well. Now we have the New Orleans Saints against the Motor City Kitties, against the Lions. Hey, the Lions won last week against us, but they look terrible. And with, you know, the people they got hurt, I think the Saints are going to roll over them.
I got the Lions, but I don't know. Alright, so now we got this.
You don't seem too happy with that pick.
I'm not really.
Okay.
Alright, so now we got the Seahawks taking on the Rams. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty elementary one, don't you think, Watson? I think we're going to go with the Seahawks there, okay?
So now we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens.
Well, I have to agree with you. I'm going to grab the Ravens as well. Next game we have is
The Tennessee Titans taking on the Washington Redskins.
taking on who?
The Redskins.
Taking on who?
Washington.
Okay, they're taking on Washington. And how do you pick this one?
I'm going with Washington here.
I am too. I think that the Titans, can beat the second worst team in the league, but they are the worst, but they're the second worst. I think that Washington's going to roll there. It's going to be a big game for them.
So now we got the Chiefs taking on the Chargers. I've got the Chargers.
You've got the who?
The Chargers.
And who are they playing?
The Chiefs.
Who?
Kansas City.
Okay, they're playing Kansas City. Now who are you picking?
The Chargers.
Okay, I'll go with the Chargers too. That's a pretty good pick there, young man. I think you got something going there.
Alright, so We got an NFC East division matchup here. The Giants taking on the Cowboys, and I'm going with the Cowboys at home.
Cowboys are playing awful good. Giants are really struggling. You know, maybe this is going to be an upset and the Giants win, but that would really be a surprise. Got to go with the Cowboys.
So now we got the Cardinals taking on the Raiders. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Cardinals are playing pretty good. How'd they do last week, Jake?
They won on the
30 to 20. They beat Washington. Okay.
Yeah, with a game-ending pick six by Rashad Johnson.
So it was a little closer than it looked, but they did, and they were a little hurt. But I think they've gotten healed up. I think they've got their quarterback back, and I think they're gonna roll over the Raiders. Cardinals, I pick.
All right, so probably game of the week right here.
Now, before we go any further, I hope this isn't a family pick again.
We got game of the week. The 49ers taking on the Broncos, and I'm taking the Broncos.
Oh my gosh. You're just worried that Sydney'd get mad if you picked a different team, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, she's going to be mad. I'm picking the 49ers in the upset of the week in Denver.
All right, so now we got Monday night. We got the Texans taking on the Steelers. I got the Texans.
Didn't you pick them last week or 2 weeks ago against the Cowboys and they lost? Come on. I think the Texans are a better team, but the Steelers got some heart. They're going to win at home. So I think that's a wrap for the week. Dave, I hope you enjoyed the picks. Jake wanted to dedicate it to you. Hope everything's going well. Have a good night.